Look, I'll be 100% honest with y'all. Our boy Pete, he's been going through the roughest time of his entire life. In the most recent run of Spider-Man, our boy Pete has been taking L after L after L. Bro lost his soulmate in Mary Jane to his newest arch enemy Paul, aka Mr. Steal Your Girl, aka the worst self-insert I have ever seen in my entire life. Things just have not been working out for our boy Spider-Man. So you know what I want to do? I want to remind everybody of the good times. The times when Spider-Man was on top of the world. And of course I'm talking about none other than Ultimate Spider-Man.
Peter, I've been calling you all morning. Where have you been?
I want you, Parker, to be the ultimate Spider-Man.
Bus broke down?
The real Ultimate Spider-Man, not the one from that trash TV show. Ultimate Spider-Man is absolutely the funniest version of Peter I have ever read. This man is so funny. I just have to share some of my favorite moments from the comic book series. I'm telling y'all, this is the most hilarious version of Peter Parker to ever exist. Almost all of these moments I'm choosing have me absolutely rolling in laughter. We all know the friendly neighborhood webhead is known for his endless quips, but Ultimate Spider-Man really takes it to the next level. Every other line this man utters is a funny joke. The humor in this series is honestly the best part about it. I remember when I first read through the entire series, I was around the same age as Peter was in the story, and I just remember I couldn't put it down because it was so hilarious. If I had to choose my absolute favorite series of interactions in Ultimate Spider-Man, it has to be Spider-Man and Kingpin. This man Peter would legit harass Kingpin like crazy. Every single time they interacted, this man would always pull a crazy prank on Kingpin. This man was harassing Kingpin so much that he had to install stronger glass windows in Fisk Tower. And the most hilarious thing is that it worked. This man Peter was trying to swing through the neighborhood to troll my boy Kingpin, and he wasn't having none of that. Peter was swinging through, almost crashed into the building, but as soon as he hit that window, thump, splatted on the wall like a bug. Spider-Man is one of the only characters that knows how to tick the Kingpin off. When they came face to face with each other, he pulled out a notepad and started saying all these crazy fat jokes right in front of Kingpin's face. How can you be so unserious? He told Kingpin, he said, these jokes were so important to me, I had to write them down so when I finally met you, I could bake you right in front of your face. He was saying joke after joke after joke, and it made Kingpin so mad. He was absolutely heated. He plunged at Pete, and Pete put him right into the ground. This man Peter loves to troll Kingpin so much, he will not even let him eat his own dinner in peace. Just look at this man Kingpin's face as soon as he hears Spider-Man's voice. My man is already fed up. And Peter, in the most nonchalant way, just ruins his entire night. In the most casual way possible, he sits down at Kingpin's table, pulls out a newspaper, and delivers 2 more fat jokes. The only reason why he pulled up to Kingpin's dinner was just to troll him. I'm telling y'all, he is a menace. He pulled up, started flaming Kingpin, and then webbed his feet to the floor and dipped out. Peter is a literal jokester, bro. He gave someone a wedgie in the middle of their own battle. Imagine you were in a fight and someone was beating the brakes off of you, and then they gave you a wedgie to finish you off. I'm not gonna lie, I would never fight in a battle ever again. That is so embarrassing. Alright, enough of the Kingpin trolling. We're gonna move on and talk about Peter's luck with women. One of the funniest moments in the entire series is when Peter meets Jean Grey and Jean Grey says some of the dumbest stuff ever. She said, "I'm glad you're the first person who hasn't immediately thought of me naked when we met." And what does my man Peter do? Of course he does the exact thing that she doesn't want him to do. And he doesn't immediately stop thinking about her naked, bro. He keeps on doing it for a long time. But can you even really blame him? I mean, at this point in the story, he is a teenager, so of course he's gonna have all these crazy thoughts about girls. The only person you can really blame in that situation is Jean Grey for even saying that out loud. The first time I read this, bro, I was literally holding back my laughter. There's no way that this actually happened. This is the type of stuff that only happens to Peter, I swear to God. And of course his troubles with women don't end there. He does the same exact thing when he first met Elektra. She literally had to tell him, "Bro, my eyes are up here. Stop staring at me." It's so funny because every time he has an interaction with a superpowered baddie, he just completely folds, bro. You can tell he is a teenager. The single most infamous example of this is when he finally took off his mask in front of Black Cat. Keep in mind, she was flirting with him and she didn't know that he was a teenager. So when he finally took off that mask and she saw he was a kid, she threw up on my bro. He really thought he was about to bag him Black Cat, bro. He forgot he was like 16 years old, and I can't even blame him, bro. I would fold in that same exact situation. The last few hilarious moments I want to talk about have to be Peter and the X-Men's encounters. In the span of a few issues, Jean Grey decides to pull a terrible prank on Wolverine and Spider-Man by switching their bodies. And of course this leads to all sorts of mayhem and chaos. And after all that chaos and mayhem, Jean Grey undoes her little prank on Wolverine and Spider-Man, and she reveals the reason why she did it. Because she wanted to piss off Wolverine. And this made Peter so angry. This man was so heated, he started cursing out the entire X-Men roster, bro. In Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter absolutely despises the X-Men. There was another time in the story where Peter had another run-in with the X-Men where he unfortunately got injured in battle. Now, as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Peter always tries to keep his identity a secret. That's the one thing he always wants to keep, his secret identity. And unfortunately for him, the X-Men had to take off his mask in order to make sure that he was okay. And when Peter wakes up and finds out that they took off his mask, of course he understandably gets heated, but my boy pulls a blunder and accidentally tells him his own name. My man cannot catch a break, bro, and of course the X-Men find it hilarious and they start laughing in his face. Ultimate Spider-Man is really just the funniest incarnation of the character. Anytime you're feeling down, all you have to do is just open up a single issue and your mood will improve significantly. Now I will admit it does have its own flaws, but it is leaps and bounds better than the stuff that we're getting right now, bro. Zeb Wells, if I ever see you in person, just know it is on site. I really hope in the future, whoever decides to pick up the Amazing Spider-Man title next, that they add this sort of humor back into the series. And if y'all just want to share y'all's thoughts on Ultimate Spider-Man or share any more funny moments, post them down in the comments below. I would love to read them. And thank y'all for watching as always. I'm out.